What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and Finner saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have several quite interesting news. First of all, the main news for today's video is definitely the result of the space call that was hosted by Busy Brands. On top of that, I will show you how we are attracting new people as an allies to our community and how we've lost old ones. Unfortunately, yes, we are losing people right now, and these people was extremely active for just several months ago. On top of that, I will show you quite interesting update in regards to the current MMAT C-level executives and their position on our case, and definitely it is not the best position of the company who previously was the same company as we are holding right now. And at the end of this video I will share my personal story. That is why please watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me personally. And guys, before we dive deep into all of this, just hit the like button and let's move forward. So on MMTLP Resources, you can see this article that was published just yesterday, and it's titled "Profound and Impactful Veterans Space." Let me show you this news in details. The Veterans Space call hosted by Busy Brands contained heart-wrenching stories from veterans and gained new allies in our fight. This is probably one of the best space calls I've attended recently, thanks to Busy Brands, Curtis, Junk Savvy, Christian Shaughnessy, and the special guest Lieutenant Colonel Alan Bradshaw. Thanks for the idea put forth by Glass Guy. The space call covered an explanation of the MMTLP situation to many newcomers, plus statements from several veterans on the hardship the U3 HALT scheme has caused them and their families. I truly believe this attention has given us several new allies. Navy veteran Chad Tagzilla Catton co-hosted the space and rallied up several of his colleagues who host spaces with large number of attendees and other media personalities to help spread our story. And guys, one of the results of this space call is this one, potential conference that will take place next week in South Carolina. And unfortunately, I don't have more details in regards to this news, but definitely let me show you right here. One of the new allies and one of the new person who might help us to spread this information to the broader audience is this one. Thomas D. Murphy is a candidate for US Senate from South Carolina. Let me quote you this. He said, at least $10 million to more than 2 million shares held by 133 veterans, 60 of which are disabled, 50 are active duty. And he published this logo of MMTLP, and definitely, in my opinion, this space call is one of the most prominent for our community. And let me show you right here. Busy Brands definitely made a record of this space call, and it quite a long space call for more than 3.5 hours. But if you take a look right here, you can see that there is a lot of people attended to this space call, and it is the majority of our headliners and even US Senate candidates like Chris Ross. And by the way, shout out to Chris Ross. Let me quote you his tweet that he published just recently, replying to Greg Fierce and Busy Brands. Thank you, my friend. I greatly appreciate you. And Chris Ross is one of the few candidates for US Senate who are consistently trying to help us and who are spreading this information to his potential constituents, and who is trying to help us as well. And definitely, the more people know about our case, the more chances we have to win this battle, and it is quite obvious, and I told you about this multiple times. Guys, one of the results of this, not the results, but One of the coincidences with this space call is this one. US Securities and Exchange Commission wrote this tweet 11 hours ago, and they said, investor GOV resources for military personnel can help you and your family save and invest for future. Learn more here, and they added the link to the investor.gov. But guys, at the same time, Iron Ape made a perfect tweet, and let me quote you this in details. Literally, F you SEC and Garrett Gessler, you post about helping veterans? Are you kidding me? 115 veterans, 50 disabled, and 12 active duty who own over 2 million MMTLP shares purchased in good faith. We have done all the right things. It's high time. Pete Sessions, Patrick McHenry, and Financial Committee do the right thing and help veterans. What are you waiting for? For 571 days, we have suffered enough. And yes, guys, how it is even possible that every authorities and every C-level executives of these authorities are trying to say that they want to help veterans, they want to help their constituents, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, they do nothing in order to help to solve the real problem of the US stock market. So let me show you quite interesting due diligence that was made by RareDD. And guys, I have to say that this due diligence shows that MMAT and its current board of directors basically they don't care about our case, and for quite a long period of time their main intention is to stonewall any efforts to grow their own company. And let me quote you this tweet. RareDD wrote, yet another act of inaction by Metamaterials that seemingly shows that they don't want the company to survive. Was the first act. The BOD not putting up a fight when forced to accept changes to MMTLP corporate action. Isn't it especially on brand that Metamaterials is cooperating with the SEC against George Parikers and John Burda? And guys, it is quite interesting statement because this due diligence shows that Metamaterials board of directors don't care about the company itself for quite a long period of time, from at least 2022. And let me quote you further. This is in no way a suggestion that the company should lie or cover for them if they have knowledge of impropriety. But when you observe how this current leadership and board of directors has appeared to have allowed MMTLP to just waste away, it really looks like it's been in the service of those that made bets against the company. Did I miss something? What has the company done to the benefit of the company and shareholders since forcing out Parikers? My guess is that they will never be investigated by the SEC for failing to attempt to build a long-term shareholder value. And RareDD refers to the tweet that was published by Whisker just yesterday, and Whisker wrote, do you think the abandonment of many of the company's trademarks is a willful, premeditated abuse of shareholder assets? Do you think that this information might have been material to your investment decisions? Not renewed in October of 2023. Weren't contracts imminent? And guys, here is the screenshot of the Vlepsis trademark. And as you can see, this trademark wasn't renewed, and its current status is 602, abandoned, failed to respond, or late response. And what does this trademark mean? Let me show you this. If you Google Vlepsis, you can see that it is the trademark that belongs to Metamaterials, and it is one of their technology that potentially could be a breakthrough in the field of metamaterials. But for quite a long period of time, Metamaterials C-level executives don't want to renew this type of trademarks, and it is definitely quite suspicious. On top of that, guys, RareDD just yesterday, just a couple of days ago, published the due diligence in which he clearly found that SEC and FINRA were contradicting to their own documents, and he compared the FAQ that was published, let me show you, on March 16th with their own corporate action. And let me show you right here that the deletion date was set by the corporate action that was issued by FINRA on December 8th, was set to December 13th. But in the FAQ that was published a couple of months later, they didn't mention about it. And it is a pure evidence that they don't want to do their work properly. And by the way, guys, this tweet was reposted by John Burda, and it was retweeted by DDAP. And DDAP wrote just yesterday, when a regulator has broken the rules to which they abide by, would that not cause for alarm? Wouldn't that warrant an investigation? Why is it the rules for thee don't apply for me? The SEC facilitates FINRA lies, misdirect by charging the very CEOs they guided, and Congress is silent. So guys, definitely it is another evidence how all the authorities feel themselves completely safe, and that is why they don't want to do anything, and they have an immunity. That is why they are stonewalling any efforts for our case. On top of that, guys, let me show you the tweet that was retweeted by John Burda and that was originally made by Due Diligence. And this tweet is quite interesting. Let me show you this in details. Due Diligence wrote, urgent, I was going to host a space to talk about this, but I think doing it in writing would be most effective. On Friday, June 28th, I learned from two different sources that someone, I won't say who, emailed every single congressional representative involved in our situation a copy of the SEC complaint against John and George in an attempt to discredit or dismiss the inquiries that have been made on our situation to this point. I don't think I have to tell you that the SEC's allegations predate and have absolutely nothing to do with the creation, trading and subsequent halt of the MMTLP security, but we do need to tell our reps that. If your representative signed a letter or sent one independently, please consider sending the letter in the just paste link below to your representative and or any staffers that you may have had contact with. It is imperative that we make sure that they understand that the allegations made by the SEC have nothing to do with our situation. While I firmly believe that NextBridge Hydrocarbons is going to deliver a path to getting this situation resolved, and soon, I remained of the opinion that the very best way that we can support them is to keep as many eyes as we can on this situation and not allow those eyes to be distracted by the SEC saying, hey, look over there instead. So please, if you have had a hand in contacting your reps, and by now all of us should have, please consider taking this very important action. Thanks for reading. And he added the link to just paste it. And I have to say that in general, I completely agree with Due Diligence because we have to describe our situation to the representatives. We have to describe the most recent PR from SEC, that it doesn't relate to our case at all. And it is just an attempt to mislead the Congress and to switch the attention from the wrongdoers to the people who tried to help us. But guys, the most concerning part of this statement is this one. Why Due Diligence doesn't want to disclose these names who basically sent these letters to all the congressional members? I have to say that if he knows this, he has to disclose this information because definitely these people are trying to stonewall our efforts from inside the community, and definitely it is not acceptable at all. So guys, in general, I have to say that we still don't have any information in regards to the letter that was written by Representative Ralph Norman on June the 5th to Gary Gensler. And he set a deadline for Gary Gensler on June 15th that Gary Gensler has to explain the current status of his investigation in regards to MMTLP case. But Gary Gensler keeps silence, and unfortunately Ralph Norman is also not so loud in our case. On top of that, Pete Sessions, I have to say that he's quite tricky person, let's put it this way. He doesn't mention about any updates in regards to his position in our case, and just several videos ago I showed you that potentially he is not on our side, and let me show you that under his latest tweet that he published on June 28th, we have a lot of comments from the MMTLP community with the questions, with real and tricky questions for him at this very moment. But Pete Sessions also keeps silence. And guys, let me show you that we have new potential allies because of the most recent space call, and unfortunately we are losing our allies as well. This is the Twitter account of Don Fis, and you know that at the very beginning of this year, Don Fis and his team, his basically teammate Jen Capella, they were in the business trip to District Columbia, and they had a lot of meetings, personal meetings with the representatives, with Congress, and unfortunately we don't have any information from him as the result of this meeting, and he deleted all of his Twitters, all of his Twitter accounts, and unfortunately I think we will not have any additional information from him in foreseeable future. And this is quite upset, but we have to move forward no matter what. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.